Goode update August 13, 2015. A good time to be a Cabal Defector or Whistleblower Soft disclosure, international tribunals, AI threats and more to come. Hello, I am currently working on an update. The info for it is unfolding, and as a part of that scenario I was asked to post an image of a certain tarot card, admittedly strange. From background chatter it sounds like right now is a good time to be either a defector from this group known as the Cabal and join the opposition, or take part in the preparation of the world for a full disclosure by coming forward in that arena as a whistleblower. Here is an interesting article about TEM drives. There has been an interesting amount of soft disclosure by the establishment recently. The secret Earth governments, and their many syndicates, are also pursuing clemency deals with the Earth-based alliances. After the recent rejection of the last Royal White Draco/Committee of 200, Chairman, offer/threat, there has been heavy monitoring of these groups in case they were looking to make good on the threats that were disguised as an offer. The Sphere Being Alliance, SBA, communicated to the SSP Alliance Council that this was not a deal that the SBA were able to make. It is humanity's deal to work out. It was made clear that it was going to be completely up to humanity what type of experiences we will go through next. Those that were at a level of the Earth-based alliance groups that have been getting access to various levels or versions of the cosmic disclosures that are unfolding are said to be making deals that they are not authorized to make as a legitimate organization that represents humanity. Everyone, including the SSP Alliance, is going to have to stand before a true representative body of humanity before all is said and done. As stated, even though many of these people are well-intentioned and honorable in their goals, they are also people that will need a lot of healing before they can return to society. It is becoming apparent that some of these grassroots groups, to start international courts and tribunals based on natural law, may be something that many of us need to get behind in one way or another. If we are going to be the ones that free ourselves using the tool of our mass consciousness, then maybe we should go about manifesting that change on all levels. I say keep up the loving and forgiving thoughts and meditative focus on becoming service to others on basis. Now it is time for more people to come out of the shadows and tell what they know. Now is also the time to be a peaceful catalyst in making things happen. A good deal of the information I have received from the BAs recently has been more of a personal and spiritual nature, as well as reminders of talking about high vibrational food while eating lousy, or allowing myself to hold a grudge against someone only because they do with me. It is certainly difficult to practice what you are told to preach, so to speak, and extremely difficult to walk the service to others path. It turns out that often we can get pretty good at becoming giving, loving and forgiving of others. When it comes to ourselves, however, we have an underlying feeling that we are still not worthy of that forgiveness. I will cover a few bits of info in the new update, including information about the latest offer from the Royal White Draco being turned down, as well as a meeting between the underworld groups. It turns out that Gonzalez has been meeting with a sort of council of representatives from the various ancient breakaway civilization groups and non-human groups that consider themselves indigenous to the Earth. Some of these groups have not always been the most positive groups towards humanity, but after recent subterranean skirmishes against the secret Earth governments, their syndicates as well as their allied off-world groups, they have given up some of their isolationist traditions and began meeting openly with groups they once hid their existence from. The areas under Tibet were hit hard and are expected to be obvious targets in the future. So far there has been no real response from the Committee of 200 faction after receiving the denial of their clemency proposal. Gonzalez told me to tighten up my seatbelt, but I told him the controlled demolition of this huge space industrial machine that the Cabal was going to be a bumpy ride anyway. Gonzalez stated that recent observations show that the AI threat has made its way into the consciousness of humanity. The SSP Alliance considers this just one of the disclosure successes that I and DW, and everyone who helped pass the info along, were able to get out there in a larger way. There is quite a lot more work to do. We do need to make it known to everyone and to source itself that we are ready for a full disclosure event followed by a world court that would allow all of humanity to have a say. The SSP Alliance has proposed the above, as well as the release of heavily suppressed technologies, There are a large number of groups on the earth that are all saying they are better than the Cabal, ready to step in and take over ruling in a similar way. These various alliance groups have been engaged in negotiations with the opposition and even being infiltrated by them. There are a few challenges we need to deal with right now. It is good that people are waking up and are ready to engage the world around them. The time has come for everyone to do their part. I have to admit I was more than a little overwhelmed with all of the contacts and interview requests. I am having to upgrade my web host with all of the traffic as well as a few reported glitches. I am not going to be able to catch up on email anytime soon. If you have sent me an interview request for your show, I apologize for my lack of response the last couple of weeks. I am going to try to get some interviews knocked out with a few people ASAP. I look forward to doing some shows in the near future. I plan on chatting with DW tonight. I am not sure if we will be doing joint interviews or not in the future. I kind of liked how the last one went. Thank you for all the recent support amid some interesting times. I hope to have the update very soon.